Welcome to the deep dive. The material you shared today, well, it really struck a chord. It tackles this huge question. How do you actually go from a starting salary, maybe around 3 LPA?
Rate lakhs per annum, for those maybe not familiar.
Exactly. How do you get from there to something like 20 LPA? And in just 5 years?
Yeah, it sounds ambitious, maybe even a bit like a fantasy to some.
It really does.
Mm.
But what the researcher notes, everything points to is that, look, this isn't just wishful thinking.
No, not at all.
It's a real strategy. It's something thousands of people have actually done.
That's the encouraging part. It's achievable.
So we're not just going to talk abstract ideas
Mm.
today. We want to lay out a practical, step-by-step roadmap.
Mm-hmm.
Our mission here is to really pull out the core insights from all the material, show the real strategy behind this kind of, well, exponential growth.
Yeah, break it down.
We'll dive into the skills you absolutely need, some pretty clever secrets about making job switches work for you, and really map out that 5-year timeline.
And what's great, what really stands out from the insights you gathered, is how widely this applies.
Right. It's not just one industry.
Exactly. It doesn't matter if you're in tech or finance, marketing, design, even specialized support roles.
Works across the board.
The core principles, yes. It really boils down to consistent commitment and taking smart, focused action. That's the universal key wherever you start.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning. This 5-year climb, where does it kick off? Year 1 seems foundational.
Absolutely. Year 1, where you're probably looking at that 3 to 5 LPA range, it's all about building that bedrock.
So it's less about the immediate paycheck.
Much less. Think of it as an investment year. You're investing in your future earning potential. It's about learning, fundamentally.
Learning, not just earning. Okay, what does that actually mean, day to day?
Well, first, you need crystal clarity on what your role actually is, your responsibilities.
Nail down the basics.
Precisely. And then it's about mastering the essential tools, whatever they are for your field.
Like, give us some examples.
Sure, if you're doing anything with data, get really, really good at Excel, maybe SQL, in tech. Core coding languages?
Design. Marketing.
Maybe Canva, Adobe Suite, specific marketing platforms. The point is, become the person who solves problems. Quickly, accurately.
That capability, even early on, gets you noticed.
It builds trust. Huge.
And the materials also stress being proactive.
Right.
Right, not just doing the assigned stuff.
Oh, definitely. That came through loud and clear. Don't just wait for tasks.
So what should you do?
If your job isn't giving you enough scope, build something yourself. Side projects are fantastic.
Or certifications.
Yes. Places like Udemy, Coursera, get those recognized credentials. It shows initiative, expands your skill set, it signals ambition.
And the statistic we found is pretty stark. 90% of high earners build strong foundations in year 1. It's not just knowing stuff, is it?
No, it's deeper. It's about building that mental muscle, that problem-solving instinct, proving you're reliable.
So when bigger things come up later.
You're ready. You're the go-to. That early discipline, it compounds.
Okay, so year 1 foundation is set. You're reliable. You know your stuff. What happens in year 2? Moving into that 5 to 8 LPA range.
Right, year 2, the focus shifts. It's about actively upskilling now and, crucially, making yourself more visible.
Upskilling and visibility. Got it. What kind of skills?
High-demand ones, tailored to your role, your industry's future, maybe advanced data analysis, Python for automating things, maybe specific digital marketing tactics like SEO or PPC.
Things that companies are actively looking for.
Exactly, and aim for those recognized certifications too. Google, AWS, Microsoft. Things that carry weight. They validate your skills.
Okay, you've got the skills, but visibility. What if you're not naturally someone who, shouts about their achievements?
That's a really common hurdle, but just having the skills isn't quite enough. You have to show them off somehow.
Oh.
Start sharing insights on LinkedIn, even small project updates. Build a portfolio, side projects count. If you code, get stuff on GitHub.
And internally, at your current job.
Yeah, absolutely. Ask for more responsibility. Proactively seek out new challenges. Maybe even look for internal moves. It's about building that narrative. I'm growing. I can do more.
Which leads to what your sources called a pivotal moment.
What's that? Yes, this is really the prime time for your first job switch or maybe a big internal jump.
Why now?
Because you've got the foundation plus these new in-demand skills. You're in a much stronger negotiating position.
And the goal?
A significant salary hike. Aim for, say, 30 to 60%. It's pivotal because it boosts your trajectory fast, shows upward momentum.
Okay, that makes sense. Which brings us to year 3, the strategic switch year, aiming for 8 to 12 LPA. Sounds like it's not just any switch.
No, definitely not. This is where you get really selective, strategic. You're looking for specific types of companies, maybe fast-growing startups where you can have a big impact, or established MNCs, but in roles that really leverage your skills and offer clear growth paths.
So choosing the right environment.
Exactly. Where your skills will be valued and rewarded and where you can keep learning.
For a move like that, how do you prepare? Sounds like more than just a quick resume update.
Oh, much more. First, your resume needs to be ATS ready.
Applicant tracking system. Got to get past the robots.
Right. Use the right keywords and tailor it. Every single time. Directly address the job description.
And interviews.
Prep becomes critical. If it's tech, yeah, maybe leak code practice. For behavioral questions, nail the STAR method.
Situation, task, action, result.
Yep. You need to clearly articulate your impact, your value, your potential.
What about that personal brand idea? Does that play a bigger role here?
Hugely important in year 3. LinkedIn isn't just for applying anymore, it's for sharing your expertise, showing what you know.
Maybe even a blog?
Yeah, if that fits. Anything that helps recruiters and hiring managers find you and see you as an expert.
And this is where your notes mention the magic of the second switch.
Yeah.
What's so magical?
Well, the magic is really the compounding effect. You've shown growth. You've made one successful jump already.
So you have proof?
You have proof. You're not just promising, you're a proven performer. This lets you aim for an even bigger jump, often 40 to 80%.
Wow.
It's the payoff for those first 2 years of deliberate work.
Okay, moving into year 4. We're talking 12 to 16 LPA now. It feels like a shift from just doing tasks to something else.
That's a perfect way to put it. Year 4 is about positioning yourself as a leader or maybe a deep specialist.
Leader or specialist.
Or ideally, a bit of both. You've got the skills, you've made smart moves. Now, step up.
Oh, what does that look like?
Start mentoring junior folks. Take the lead on small teams or projects. Own critical initiatives end to end.
Taking ownership.
Yes. And at the same time, really double down on niche skills.
Yeah.
Become truly indispensable in a specific high-value area.
And expanding influence.
Yeah.
I think your notes mention things like speaking.
Exactly. Think beyond your immediate team. Could you do a presentation, host a webinar, even explore some freelancing or consulting on the side?
Why do that?
It solidifies your expert status, massively expands your network, and, well, can bring in extra income and unexpected opportunities.
Which ties into that quote you highlighted. Specialists get hired. Leaders get promoted. Can you unpack that a little?
It captures the 2 main paths upward at this stage. Specialists have unique skills companies pay a premium for.
Right.
But leaders drive impact through others, shape strategy, operate at a higher level. Both paths boost your earnings significantly. The sweet spot is often being both the expert who can also lead.
Okay, makes total sense. And that brings us to the final stage in this roadmap. Year 5. The big leap. The jackpot year. Aiming for 16, maybe 20 plus LPA. This feels like the culmination.
It really is. All that work, the experience, the credibility, the track record of delivering results, it all comes together here.
And what are your options at this point?
You have serious options. You can leverage everything you've built to target top-tier companies. Think FAM, Big Four Consulting, hot unicorns.
The big names.
The big names. Or you might be so valuable where you are, you're in a super strong position to negotiate a major raise right there.
If you're in those high-stakes talks, either interviewing or negotiating internally, what's the absolute key?
ROI, return on investment. You have to showcase ROI-driven impact.
Don't just say what you did.
No, quantify it. How did your actions benefit the bottom line? I improved process X, saving Y hours, which translates to Z dollars. Or my strategy increased leads by 8%, resulting in B revenue. Results, numbers, impact.
That connects perfectly to another insight from your notes. Candidates who have that cross-domain knowledge plus leadership often hit those 20-plus LPA roles.
Absolutely. It's the combination. You're not just a coder or just a marketer. You're a well-rounded, strategic professional who can specialize and lead. That's the profile they want.
Fantastic. Okay, before we wrap this deep dive, you had some great bonus tips, like accelerators for this whole journey. What were those?
Yeah, 5 quick ones to really boost things. First, learn to negotiate well. It's a life skill, not just for job offers. Advocate for your value.
Crucial. What's second?
Build a strong mentor network. Actively seek guidance. Experienced people open doors and give perspective you just can't get alone.
Good advice.
Third, track your achievements monthly. Don't wait for reviews. Keep a running log of wins and quantifiable impact. You'll need it.
Okay, 4.
Stay active on LinkedIn consistently. Share insights, connect, be visible. It's your professional shop window.
Makes sense. And the last one.
Never stop learning, ever. Things change too fast. Continuous learning is your ultimate edge.
So pulling it all together for you, our listener, this journey, 3 LPA to 20 LPA in 5 years. It's not magic beans. It's not luck.
Not at all.
As we've seen from all this material, it's a clear strategy, something you can actually execute.
Yeah, the core message is your salary really can and should reflect the value you bring. So stop just, thinking about it and start doing something.
Take action.
Start now, stay focused, apply these steps. You can build that career you're aiming for.
So thinking about your own situation, listening to this, based on everything we've unpacked today, what's the one specific action from this roadmap that you are going to prioritize?